Hello, all my Wicked Warriors. It's Wednesday night. And you know what that means? It's time for another action-packed episode of the Wicked Wally webcast. Soon to be the best hard rock, heavy metal talk show on the planet. I am your host, Wicked Wally, and yes, this show is broadcasting live right now to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So wherever you're watching this show, we do this show live because the most important part of the show is the audience, those folks watching right now. We already have 9 people in the chat watching. We want to hear your questions. We want to hear your comments. I will be in the chat. You are part of the show hanging out with us tonight during these crazy times. This is a great way for us all to get together and check out some kick-ass music from some kick-ass artists. Speaking of kick-ass artists, for episode 21 of the Wicked Wally webcast, we have an interview with I See Aura, a Southern Ontario trio that combine the aggressive sounds of djent with modern stylings of alternative metal. We also check out a new animated music video for Calgary's very own Metavore. Like I said, it's going to be a killer show tonight. Before I get into tonight's show, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say hello to my co-host for tonight, Montana. Hey, how's it going, Montana? Hey, I can see your floor, and there's a rock bottom sticker on your amp. That's pretty cool. That's my old show.
And I'm here.
Yeah, and gentlemen from I See Aura, I'm not ready to talk to you guys quite yet, but we'll talk to you in just a moment. Hi, Montana. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, Wally?
I'm doing good. I've been really looking forward to tonight's show. We have this trio, this band from Southern Ontario. They are excellent. They are excellent. And it's one of those things where you have 3 people in a band, a trio, you have to do quite a bit to give that big sound. Do you know what I mean? There's only 3 band members to give that big sound, and they totally do achieve that. Before we start tonight's interview, I do want to make a quick announcement. We do have Wicked Wally merch. People have already been buying merch from our merch store, which I'm really excited about. Thank you so much. But if you want something better than buying merch, you can actually get some for free. So I want to share this with everyone here. We're going to quickly dump that. Okay, so we have a merch giveaway on our Instagram page. So if you look up Wicked Wally Webcast, one word, and you want to win some merchandise, you just have to go to this post on our Instagram feed called Merch Giveaway. Easy to see. Got the t-shirts, got the hat in there. If you want to win some free stuff, go to Instagram, check this out. Follow Wicked Wally Webcast, like the post, comment with a friend, add a friend, and a bonus entry if you want to share it on your Instagram story. So yeah, just trying to drum up some views on our Instagram page. Obviously, is why we're doing that. But this stuff is pretty cool. So I can't wait. Photos are going to start coming in from people who bought the merch. I'm going to be posting them on our Instagram page as well. It's exciting to have some really nice, good quality merchandise for everyone. And yes, if you want to win some, go check it out. 2 lucky winners will be announced on April the 17th. So we're going to let this run for a couple weeks. On that episode, we will we'll be reaching out to you directly as well. So we'll announce the winners live. We're going to have a draw on that episode, and we're going to announce it live as well. So let everyone know about that. And we'll go back to Montana for just half a second. Hey.
Well, I'm also stoked tonight. And you forgot to mention, Wally, it is a very special day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
There you go.
All right, time to talk to our guest for tonight. I See Aura, gentlemen.
Let's go on.
Hey, guys.
How's it going? I just noticed your names are not in the right spots. So actually, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves to the audience while I figure that out.
Well, my name is Josh. I play bass and I sing in the band. Yeah.
My name's Nick. I play drums.
My name's Mike, and I play guitar and backup vocals.
Awesome. And like I said, you gentlemen, you're very talented. I'm very impressed with the music. I've been cranking it for the past several weeks. I'm very, very happy with it. Good for a workout, and I think that's something you, Josh. We'll talk with you a bit later in the episode. You're a natural competitive bodybuilder. So that's something we're going to talk about a little bit later in the show. That's something I'm really excited to talk about because I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to some of that stuff. So we'll find more about that later. But yeah, Icy Aura. So you're from Chatham, Kent, Ontario. How did you all meet each other? How did you all get together and form this band?
Well, it started out with I met Nick in a band called The Silence Factory.
Okay.
And we did like a little bit of like Ontario touring together and got to know each other really well. And Nick was like always a huge fan of metal, and I was as well. And like we kind of like hinted at like kind of jamming metal before.
Right.
And it was funny because
we tried a few times. I mean, like
yeah, we did, man. We did.
We had a few practices with an old rock band that we used to play in together.
Yeah.
And we would just start riffing on like djent and like metal stuff.
Wait, what is you say old band? What's X-Vine music?
Oh, X-Vine. So that was a side project I did with my good friend Kyle and Phil. So Kyle, Eva, and Phil Smith. Phil played drums. He's actually a guitar player. But we kind of like did like a little trio / like progressive like experimental rock.
Kind of like a blues rock almost, right? Okay, cool. So that wasn't the same band. That's a different band.
No, yeah. So these guys weren't in that band. That was just a separate thing I did actually. But we've all been in like tons of different bands. Like we're just like a mesh of different like uprising bands from their like 2000s kind of thing. So yeah, man.
Cool.
So that's why it sounds so fully formed already, because it's a fairly new project via this Icy Aura, but yeah, you guys sound like you've been playing together for a long time already. So you released a music video, killer music video, by the way, for The Witch Machine. It's a single that you've released. Is The Witch Machine going to be off a forthcoming album, or is this just going to be a standalone single?
That's actually up for debate. We're actually still working on that a little bit, because we probably have to remaster it to do that, but we do like it just as a single. Obviously it having a dear relation to what was going on in our lives at the time, right? So, but the single really made sense at the time, so we just thought we would stick with the single for now. But it's hard to say. We're not really sure yet. So,
all right, Jason in the chat says, "Really dig Witch Machine. Good tune, guys." So yeah.
Yeah, I dig it too.
I dig it too. So for The Witch Machine, I want to take a listen to it just to kick off tonight's episode, because that's going to get us pumped up definitely for tonight's show. Filmed by Brian Santos, the guitarist
we owe the world to that.
I love that guy.
We love him.
Part of the Plan. Yeah, he's a guitarist for Part of the Plan. Quite excellent band. Rock, more of a rock band, I'd say.
Better watch him.
Hey, Brown, we love you, brother. You have no idea.
Even our farts.
Maybe.
How did you guys end up meeting Brian?
So he filmed it all, and he did such a fantastic job. And as a musician, we could just speak to him in this way that he would just.
He just gets it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
He also does a lot of our photography for us as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So just a man of all trades.
He is. He's a very
That's
talented
magic.
guy. Reach out to him if you're looking for
So he produced Witch Machine, but did he do any of your other past work? Was that
he didn't produce? I think just the music video.
Sorry.
Just the music video. He filmed the music video. Yeah.
Just the music video, right?
Yeah, all the music was all recorded actually at Red Dragon Studios, which I want to bring up a bit later, actually. So.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Red Dragon reminds me of that. What is it?
Like Silence of the Lambs?
Silence of the Lambs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought too. Actually, I saw that in episode. I'm like, oh, Red Dragon. I'm like, this is. Yeah, good correlation.
Yeah, they got a new one too called like Cerise. It's like a continuation, or like a, what's it called when they go back and they explain
prequel
more of what it was? Yeah,
prequel.
You got it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So the Witch Machine, I do want to check this out here with you gentlemen, and please stop me at any time. You just go ahead and say something, and I'll pause the video. If there's anything you need to share, you want to talk about on this video, before we watch it, I do want to let folks know just how well this video has performed for you. This is pretty impressive. Over 27,000 views on YouTube alone, and over 33,000 views all over all social media. So this one's blowing up for you. How does that? Before we get into it, how did it feel to have that kind of response to your music?
I think for sure humbling in a way too, because it was just like we just stuck dear to our hearts to the song and the emotions and everything going with it. You know, we just were like in the universe. We're just like, this is meant to happen. And you know, we had obviously help running the ads and really pushing it the way we wanted to. Right. So we had help from Hyperculture, who's David Puckett's company from We Came as Romans. And him and Tanner from Glass Houses did an excellent job running the ads for us and helping us kind of situate all that. So we're grateful for them. So shout out to them. But we were really excited about it though, for sure.
And that is so important. Folks don't realize how important marketing is when you're in a band. You can be the most talented musicians ever and create the best music, but unless you have some kind of marketing strategy or plan, no one will hear it.
Especially in the modern day, for sure.
Very true.
Right.
I mean, like magazines are almost a thing of the past. I mean, unfortunately, it's all online now, you know? So,
right.
And, you know, the only chance to get heard is either touring, which obviously doesn't exist right now, or, you know, or just pushing it online. So we just put it out there, see what would happen. You know, we've been getting a great response, so it's freaking awesome, man. It feels great.
That's wicked. All right, I want to check out the Witch Machine. We have a request from the chat saying, "Nope, don't pause. Let's rock the fuck out." So apparently we're just gonna watch at least most of the whole video, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Spoken.
So the gods have spoken. All right, let's do this. Okay, the request was no pausing, but I had the wrong tab open and I missed a ton of chat messages. And I tell everyone to message to message in, and I missed them. So I have to go through this. We have Brian Santos in the chat, the guy who shot the music video. Let's go!
Shit.
Brian's in the chat. So
he's like the fourth member of this band.
Yeah, absolutely is. 5 members now. We got Cody Weldon on board too. We did all our recording actually. He did he's our engineer basically.
Is
wow.
Santos. I guess that's not Irish, but we need to talk about this before the show. Josh, you're Irish, right?
I am Irish, man.
Right. So does St. Patrick's Day mean anything special to you, or no?
I would say I wish, but not really. It seems like another day. Like,
right.
You know, I was gonna dress up today, and kind of was like, nah. I was like,
just another day to eat potatoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's like, and
go ahead.
So I guess that's my way to celebrate it. Oh my God.
And Maximus Reed in the chat says these guys are full throttle, big fucking sound. So I agree with that. Huge sound. And he says, fucking love these guys. Lori Vance in the chat says, awesome guys.
Hey,
and you know Lori?
Girl.
That's too funny.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up, Lori? Shout out to Lori.
What's up, Lori?
And we have Tylene Robinson in the chat. So proud of you guys.
My sister.
Aww.
We have all the friends and family. We cannot thank you enough.
The whole damn family's here.
Ooh, and Laura Turk. Oh, we have Hell Arc Horns and Laura Turk as well in the chat. So it says fuck yeah. If you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Actually, we need some more subscriptions on our YouTube channel. So if you're watching from YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Yes. So some folks that you know, yeah, that's awesome.
I got a question for Josh since we're paused.
Go for it.
Yes.
Okay. Question. Vocals. From one vocalist to another. How long have you been singing unclean vocals for?
So that's a funny question because I've been singing clean vocals for a very long time. Probably like 12, 10, 15, 10 years.
10 years? Yeah.
But hard vocals, I'm actually still quite a bit new to. I've been practicing hard vocals for the last 2 years, but when I was in high school, I still practiced a lot of like Devil Wears Prada fry vocal.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So I did practice a little bit of that, but then like Nick actually was like, "Yo, I want you to do like false chords, man." And I was like, "False chord like stuff." So like I could do, but I didn't. That's what he was kind of seeing, and so Nick's done it really like, Nick's like motherfucker, like. But yeah, I've been doing fry. Like I've been learning fry vocals, relearning them, I guess. But I've been doing a lot of false chord stuff.
So false chord, can you explain that for folks who are watching what false chord vocals are?
Yeah, so like your vocal, so they call it vocal folds, right? So basically, if you were to like, there's a bunch of crazy like research on it, but
right.
As a baby, we actually use our false chords a little bit, just whining as a baby, really.
Okay.
Like you know, and same with a little bit of both actually. Our fry vocal. and our false chord vocals. So our false chords are a little lower, obviously. Fry comes up from above the larynx there. So that being said, like fry vocal is a little more compression, when false chord I find just resonates nicely. But I think it has a lot to do with, like we were talking about that today, is how your mouth is structuring the resonance of your diaphragm pushing through your vocal cords, right? So,
right.
Yeah,
okay.
Fry is like stubbing your toe. False is like getting punched in the gut.
Yeah. Exactly.
So guttural versus is it like guttural versus where it resonates? So it's more of a guttural sound than a head sound compression. You mean your vocal cords compressed together to make that fry, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So think about the grudge, right? Like that kind of thing, right?
Okay.
I'm just compressing my diaphragm and letting the air flow through, almost like a farting sound. It's like, as funny as that is.
I love this description.
Well, it's just more like you're like Nick said. You're kind of like kind of thinking like
right,
fuck, you know, kind of thing. So I think like both are good. Both can be very technical, and obviously, like with you having also doing vocals, like what kind of vocals do you like prefer? Do you have a specific kind of style?
Yeah, like my background is basically like you said, about 10 to 12 years of clean vocals. And I came from like a choral starting, but I did dabble in unclean vocals or like hard vocals for a little bit. And yeah, how you explained it is so far compasses what I experienced. I was told, sound like Marge up here, and then the punch in the gut, like
right,
homie, and then and then like when you're punched in the gut, that comes from like like you mentioned. I'm sorry, I totally even forgot what the saying was, but yeah, and I haven't practiced it enough, but that's a really awesome way to explain it. So yeah, I'd like to endeavor more into it. But I just haven't found the best outlet or, I guess, teacher. If you have any recommendation, please let me know.
I will absolutely send you a guy on YouTube who he's actually helped me learn how to fry sing, kind of similar to like how the vocalist sings, like which is allowing that find the resonance a little bit. And
or like Carcass.
Yes.
Cool.
Forget his name specifically on YouTube, but Chris Lipe. That's his name. YouTube him. Anybody who's doing fry vocals, watch his Architects one, and you will absolutely be like, your life will change after that. Not
Okay.
Chris who?
Thank you.
What was
Now
that
I
last
know.
name? Chris who?
Chris Lipe. Yeah.
Lipe.
Hey.
Chris Lipe.
Got it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thanks.
I think forever now I'm going to be thinking of death vocals and harsh vocals as like mouth farts. Like that's going to be forever. That's just, it's just now it's stuck in there. It's never
They're
going
large
away.
Parts, okay? Deal with it.
Some people think it sounds like.
Also how it's baby noises that stuck out to me. I'm expecting a newborn in about a month or so. So every time she cries, I'm instead of being like, oh she's crying again, I'll be like, oh, that's so metal.
Yeah, she's practicing, Wally.
Yeah, she's upset. Yeah.
Start 'em young.
That's so awesome. There's actually a research, like you can actually research this video and stuff. Anyways, yeah, it's a long topic.
Okay, all
Awesome.
right.
No, seriously. Cool
This
to
is
know.
I like tangents, and by the way, nothing is really off the table tonight. I use this show as an excuse to talk about other stuff too. So it's yes, it's a metal show. We're talking about your music, but if we want to go on tangents tonight, let's do this. Like,
Of course.
yeah. All right. I see Aura the Witch Machine. We're gonna go back to the music video. I guess before we get going, Marissa Lynn is the actress we see on screen right now. She is impressive. We'll have to check out her Instagram page after this one. It's awesome.
Very talented person for sure. She's
Right.
got it.
Stunning eyes.
How did you actually? How do you cast for something like this?
Yeah, you post on Facebook.
You post.
She knows my cousin. He's a photographer. He's probably in the chat there somewhere actually.
Oh, okay.
Max-
Nice.
Max Misery, absolutely. Look at him.
Anyways,
Well, wait.
he's
Go ahead.
he's
We'll
done
look at him there, we'll
photography
look at him
before, and she was loosely connected to us through my cousin basically. So
Nice.
what ended up happening is, Josh, you actually posted something on Facebook about like casting for
Actresses.
some witch. Like basically, we just wanted a girl who was down to play a witch in our music video, and it ended up working out perfectly because
Nice.
I mean, just the connection between her and us, and her look was on point. She had that like, who's that?
Half head.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah,
Okay.
right there on
Yeah.
screen.
It's the split.
It was like
It was
the perfect
just
modern
perfect.
age witch like look.
Yeah.
And like
Absolutely.
we instantly like we had actually a couple people that were like pretty solid. And we're
Yeah.
like, but Marissa just had something about her.
Yeah,
like,
she had that.
She really
confidence.
did.
for sure.
Yeah, we have to.
100%.
All
Yeah, she
right.
was the right. Sure, and it worked out perfectly. So
Yeah, the perfect quality. She had it. Sweet.
yeah.
Let's check it out. Sorry, Jay. So pausing again. So I have to say, Gent, is it just is it a requirement that someone in the band has to have a guitar missing the head? Like is that the headstock? Is that a must have thing? Like
I would say so in the modern age.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it a prerequisite?
is what?
I've always been interested in the design, like Kiesel. I've been following, actually, before they turned back into Kiesel. they were carbon guitars for the longest time.
Okay.
And then the grandson ended up taking over the company. This is in California, USA. And he took over the company and turned it back into Kiesel, which is the last name of the original creator of carbon guitars.
No.
So
Okay.
Holy
kind of
crap.
got into this whole new age with Kiesel guitars. Most of them are pretty much custom built guitars.
Beautiful guitars.
Oh, beautiful.
Crazy.
Kiesel's.
I have
It's ahead of
nothing
the
but
game.
good stuff to say about Kiesel
Ahead of the
guitars, and they kind of set the standard with that Vader series guitar, which I play. It's an extended scale, multi-scale guitar.
Wait, it's called the Vader series?
Yeah, it's a Vader. They call it a VM7.
Oh, okay.
I see your cat's tail, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
our cat's down at the door, and your cat's tail's just hanging out the side.
I can't do much about it.
That's Moogie, by the way.
He's our mascot.
Moogie's the mascot.
Is that
The Wicked
right,
Wally.
Wally?
That's correct. Moogie is the webcast mascot.
So this is life.
All right. A few more
No,
comments.
but
in the,
that is really cool.
sorry, a few more comments in the chat. Tyler Stass says, "Wish nothing but the best for them!" Exclamation point.
Tyler, we skate with Tyler, actually. He's a skate buddy of ours. Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate it.
Nice.
And then Sheila Chasson says, "So proud of you guys."
Yeah, she's that's my nana. She's she shows us- she loves it.
Aw.
That's so
family.
lovely that you guys have so many people who like support you from your family. That's so rad.
Yeah,
Jay-
it's good. Yeah, we're blessed for sure.
Oh, Mark Gibson says, "Hey, Josh."
Hey, Mark. I work with Mark. He's a mechanic at my work, actually. He's like the coolest dude. He loves metal, supports metal. Like him and I just talk about like
Nice.
conspiracy theories and like it's awesome. He's the coolest dude ever. I love that guy for sure.
Excellent, excellent. And Jay in the chat says about the video, which we'll go back to right away here. This video is such a visual dichotomy between the headless guitar and that massive looking bass guitar. Yeah, no fucking kidding.
I have to give it to Ibanez for that because they have just been like, I messaged them a couple times and was like, hey guys, like I know you're busy and like I'm hoping eventually down the road that they can notice us, but yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Sorry, what was that? What was that?
Close-up of that?
Sorry, Josh. Can you start again? What was it again? You were explaining the bass.
Oh yes, so it's a deep twilight. So
There you go.
the body is deep twilight. It's a multi-scale. I really love the multi-scale fan fret just for like toning to that note really well. And Mike and I like synchronized really well because he ended up getting a Kiesel around the same time I got this bass actually. And that Kiesel he showed you earlier. It's yeah. So
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
beautiful. We got
Holy shit.
Where's the head? Where's the head?
they use
Chigow.
So the Bravani's pickups are just unreal for like pick bass or slap bass. It really just helps really like resonate the bass really well.
Nice.
And so it's probably one of the most comfortable basses I've ever played. I'm honestly like, I'm looking at their new stuff and really considering a lot of it too. Like Dingwall too is really nice. But Ibanez just like for our tone thing, I think it just fits it really well. But
Right.
I'm kind of glad I bought this at the most random time that I did.
Right. Dumb question for you, Mike.
Never a bad time to buy a guitar, Josh. You know this.
Sorry.
Dumb question for you, Mike. Does the sound of the guitar? Is there a different sound of your guitar because it's missing the head? Is it like?
Honestly,
Does it affect the sound at all or no?
Not really, no. The only sound difference it would make, because usually there's strings that follow through to
Right.
the tuners on a regular guitar, which that actually creates potentially actually a little bit more tone behind your playing.
Oh, interesting.
A little bit more harmonic frequencies happening behind everything. It's not noticeable,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
But it would actually affect the sound, in my opinion, in some sort of way.
Interesting.
I got another dumb question, actually. How do you tune it?
Sorry. How do you tune it? How do you tune it? That's a good question. Actually, I don't see it.
No, I've never asked.
I don't know
Look at the
either.
bottom. Okay, I thought so. I thought it was tuned at the bottom. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
and is it locking?
Yeah, you just feed the string through, and then there's set screws that clamp down on the string on the top of the headstock. And then you just spin the knob at the bottom, and it tightens it, pulls the saddle backwards, and pulls the string.
That's so much better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a
I'm
super
convinced.
It stays in tune. It's just a really...
Yeah.
That's a beautiful design.
It's,
Nice.
I think that's the beauty of doing a visual show. I used to be on a radio before this at a community radio show, and the fact that we can actually do show and tell is just the coolest thing. Like, you trying to explain that without showing it would be so difficult.
Picturing in your mind.
All right, let's go back to the music video. I'm gonna try my best, I promise everybody, and you, Jay, in the chat, that I'm gonna try to listen to the rest of the music video without interrupting. It's my short attention span. Okay, let's do this. Okay, sorry. I couldn't help myself. I have something I got to ask you. So there's a Ouija board in here, and when I think of Ouija boards, I think of demonic possession. I think of demonic possession. I think of stuff like, tarot cards, not Ouija board.
Yeah, tarot. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. But the vocals in that section sound like demonic possession. Like, it sounds like someone is possessed.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Man, there's a very deep story to the song, and it holds dear to our hearts. To kind of keep it brief and summarize.
It's so deep we can't talk about.
We can't even.
I feel like you're yanking my chain right now. Are you serious? I don't want to.
Oh shit!
It's a virtual chain.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course, but yeah, like, we'll talk about it actually after the music video, but for sure, there's a lot to it for sure.
Okay.
Awesome.
We're almost done.
Are we?
Fuck yeah. Okay, we finally got through it. So
We
yeah,
did it.
Josh, you want to talk about the meaning behind the song, right?
Well, yeah. So we were in a strange time, Mike and I, and Nick as well. We were actually we've dabbled into like Ouija boards, being intrigued by it, obviously, as young guys, just like understanding cool, magic and all that stuff. It's really intriguing, right? Because it's the Western folklore that's created that, and it's all over media. It really is. Everything's kind of based off of it, right? Mike had a girl he was seeing named Tanika, and she was a very special kind of person, very spiritual, very believed in other worlds. And Mike and her had a really amazing connection, and I was kind of sitting watching them have this connection, and I wrote a little bit of the lyrics to it, but like I think overall as a band, it just kind of related to what was happening at the time. But I'll let Mike elaborate on it a little bit too here. So,
sure.
Yeah, it's just there was she was going through some things, and we used to talk a lot about like energy, right? And she was deeply into magic, and there's a lot of things that was kind of off about her. I didn't know a side of her too well, so there's like a blind side. She's a really good friend of mine that I knew for a long time, and we just kind of linked back up like a couple of years ago. But there's kind of a lot to the story, really. But
we won't get too deep.
We won't get summarized.
It sounds like I just listen to you guys talk without really, I'm not going to pry, but it sounds like a sad story based on the way you guys are talking about it.
It sounds emotional.
Yeah. So if it's too hard to talk about, then don't. We're not push you guys.
There's mystery.
There's a lot of mystery.
Yeah. There's a ton of mystery. And I think we all crave that. We all want the answer and everything. But anyways, Mike, continue.
Music's like that, though. Music's like that. It suspends that. It suspends that mystery for us all. Like through everything, through every. Change in chord progression and changing, vocal tone, like the way you sing, man, like you bring that. A lot of people have been commenting, like you sound like Deftones or like Fricacino. Like it's like, well, I guess like I never would have thought of that until people brought it up, and then it's like, wow, like you really do bring that exact thing with your vocals that Chino does with Deftones. Sure. And it's that really like mysterious, like that mysterious vibe. There's no other way to put it. It's just something about it.
Well,
right?
you're no slouch either. You're no slouch either, Nick. You're in a 3-piece. So if the drummer sucked, you'd know right away. You kick some serious ass. I'm serious. Like there's
Ain't that the truth?
There's no covering up if you were a shitty drummer. You freaking whale, man.
Can't lie about that. But yeah, anyways, so going back to the story, basically, Tanika came over a couple times with Mike, and even me just like experiencing her energy, like she was very in depth with her understanding of reality, and like her paradigms. You could see where there was some possibly like mental illness there, but at the same time was a lot of potential all in one thing, right? And we were practicing we were like learning about Ouija and like how to communicate with higher spirits and all this cool stuff,
right.
And just understanding it all, right? Like we don't dabble in the occult or nothing, but we're just kind of curious at what it was all about.
No worries. Yeah.
She's kind of helped pave this way of there is more to reality. There definitely is. Like the things I've experienced, things other people have experienced, stories you hear. There's definitely more to reality than what we can see and experience with our own senses. We only have 5 senses. Yeah. And there's living things out there that have senses that we don't have.
Yeah, for sure.
If we would have those senses onto our senses that we have, how much more would we understand?
Well, even though animals can find their way home after through large distances, right? And dogs can find their way home from like across a country. And there's all these crazy stories about animals and what they can do. And maybe just because we've been removed from nature for longer, we're still technically, if you want to get technical, we're part of nature because whatever we create is natural because we create it and we're part of nature. But we're removed from the wild, the wilderness, and we don't need to use as many of those senses anymore. We have technology. We have all this stuff right now that kind of helps us and aids us. So, maybe there is something to that. Like when they talk about 6 sense and 7 sense, all that kind of stuff, there really could be something to that. Genuinely, not even just like, frou-frou, whatever stuff. There could be some genuine reality to that kind of stuff. So
I couldn't agree with you guys more on that because, I could take it like another step further. Wally, you're talking about animals and their interactions with what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with an I. Anyways, but people with exceptionalities as well.
Yeah.
So people who are on the spectrum, like it's almost as if they have a different way of communicating, and they have these intuitions that other people just don't have. And they're able to communicate in such a beautiful way without the influences that other people have. So sometimes like we deal with stress in such a different way, and that is completely out of their mind. They're like, no, I can wholeheartedly access this side of my brain and live so happy. And that's something that I'm like super interested in, and I believe in that. Like I think there is a spiritual connection to a lot of that stuff, and these theologies that we research and we look into, it broadens our mind and it helps us understand things for our own like being, to understand ourselves and the people around us. I think it's really cool.
You make an excellent point, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, that's just my 2 cents. But.
I was going to say, I did not expect to get this deep on tonight's episode, but that is fine. That is.
We're going deep, Wally.
So.
You see an aura?
That's right. Well, they're called I See Aura, so the aura is in the band name. That's right. So I guess I should have figured that one out. Anyway, so I was talking about the actress Marissa Lynn in the music video, and I did promise that I would bring up her Instagram page because she has some pretty cool stuff on there. I'm a fan of it. Let me just do that so we can see the whole thing. So yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yep.
I love her type. It's like this honor.
And she's got a kitty.
It worked really well for them. We wanted like this, like, modern day.
Oh, Rio's vet bills. She's raising money for Rio's vet bills.
She did. I mean, she actually got him the vet bill, and she was
good. Her cat's good. Right?
Hooray!
Really good right now.
Yeah, he's doing better. She does stories with him all the time. I check it out once in a while and make sure he's doing all right. I love animals.
So,
aww.
I don't know who the best from the band would be to answer this question, but I was looking up some of your stuff. Can you explain what is reamping? Can you explain what that is?
Oh my god.
Reamping.
Reamping, yeah. That was mentioned on the credits here that Lee Patrick McKinney, the guitarist for Born of Osiris, that's a big deal. That's a big freaking deal. Did reamping for the guitars in this song. So can you explain that to us?
So the process of reamping, it's kind of like a new age thing. We haven't always had access to this type of thing. So with a lot of modern day audio interfaces that people use to record, they'll plug directly into what they call a high Z input. And what that does, it records your direct signal of your guitar, which is basically when you just hit your clean guitar, it's basically just that clean signal of your guitar. So we'll take that signal and we could send it through a plugin that sounds like a particular amp or whatever sound you want, or whatever effects you want to send it through. But we would take that we would then edit that guitar track, that direct signal, and send it out of your interface and back through an amp, and then re-record it.
Okay.
So you could kind of record like a shitty guitar take, edit it in your computer, and then send it back out through an amp and re-record it. And so what Lee McKinney did, like he's obviously like a metal god out there. Like he's
no doubt.
Born of Osiris basically. Oh, I don't even know. They're a great band.
Fangirling over here.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. Tell us your feelings.
All right, this is an intervention. Okay?
This is a safe space.
So
what Lee McKinney ended up doing, he did exactly that. Like we recorded at Red Dragon Studio for Witch Machine. And Cody edited my guitars and sent me the DI tracks. I sent it to Lee McKinney, and him and I worked together on some guitar tones and
nice
figured something out for this single. And came up with that, and it's been great. And we're collaborating more in the future with Lee McKinney. It's a very exciting thing.
Very exciting thing. How do you connect with someone like that? Do you just message them and say, "Hey, do you want to work on this?" Or
literally, legit. It's as simple as that, man. But if you have a quality product that they see potential in, those people can really, and say, "Hey, you know what? This is worth my investment," right? And
yeah, definitely.
So Lee digged it, he liked what we were doing, and Andy Glass from We Came as Romans, who's the bass player, is a good buddy of mine, actually. We've been chatting.
That's
shit.
Pretty cool.
We actually got a little bit tipsy with him the other couple months ago, just drinking and Skype and it's like this, man, and just making friends. It's about that. The metal world is so much smaller than it seems, really, and and him chatting with Lee. Lee actually seemed to be pretty on board about it, man.
He's a hustler, man. He's a low-key hustler.
He definitely,
honest to God. You watch his YouTube channel, he's pumping out videos like mad. Plus, he's putting out his own solo records and shit.
He knows what.
And he's working with bands at our level, just starting out. And it's that's impressive as hell. That you can keep that momentum and fly with it. That's amazing.
He's basically paved the path for bands like us,
Right.
And
he knows what it's like to be at our level too, man. So 100%.
Sure.
He gets it, man. If there's anybody that understands what it's like to be in our position, it's a guy like him. So it's great to be working with him.
Oh, absolutely.
For 100%.
Next, I want to pull up your video. This is your studio vlog for when you're doing recording, I believe, of the track 2020. Is that right?
Well, that's our very first single, yes.
Yeah, your first single. And actually, next, honestly, right... Sorry, go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
I was going to say, that's a throwback, man. It's awesome. Almost throwback,
That's forever ago.
Almost 3 years now, probably. Isn't it?
It was January.
It's 2020.
January 2020.
I guess it,
Mm-hmm.
He wrote this.
Yeah, here it says, it's posted on February 8th, 2020. February 8th is my birthday, by the way. So you posted this on my birthday last year.
That's his birthday.
That's his birthday.
What? What? Oh!
This is what I'm saying, man. The connections, they're all here.
Maybe there is a greater plan, right?
Let's bring out the Ouija board.
My fiance keeps wanting me to believe in fate. She's been trying to get me to believe in fate, and I'm like, I'm logical. I don't believe in fate. And there's little things that have happened recently, in the past couple 2 years of knowing her that have been like, oh shit, maybe there is fate. Maybe there's some sort of something going on, Maybe. Anyways,
I have a question for 2020. After we check it out.
Absolutely. And by the way, I fucking love this song. By the way.
Yeah, me too. Holy shit, it's so good. Wait, what was that, Nick? What was that? Share it with the class?
Oh, God.
He's consider Bert the snare tone. That's what he said. That cracked me up.
That's good.
Cool. All right. So the reason I want to pull this up, I guess it's a year ago. It's not that long ago. It's a.
I think that was the joke.
But the reason I like this video, one, it shows how you guys record. One, it shows a little bit more of your personalities and how you interact with one another, which is pretty freaking cool.
It's the vlog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know why Nick has the reaction he has, because you're getting pissed off at the beginning of this. This is awesome. I really... Oh.
It's fucking great.
Yes, sir.
Eric.
Right, let's listen to this.
I was going to say, Eric Batter in the chat says, my buds. So hi, Eric.
Eric, what's up, dude?
Hey, Eric.
You're the fucking man. We love you, brother.
Eric's a great studio engineer out of Chatham. He's a great buddy of mine.
Wow.
Time. He's awesome.
Talented.
Awesome.
Very talented guitar player too, by the way.
Oh, there you go. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Let's bring this up. Studio vlogs. This is fun. That's why I wanted to pull it up, because it's fun.
Booyah, Chaka. Can you do that? Ooga chaka, ooga chaka.
Ooga chaka.
Ooga chaka.
That's about this is a year's progress, by the way.
Holy fuck, you're like, what am I, Travis Barker?
Okay, what was that comment? She's like, holy fuck, what am I, Travis Barker? Does Travis Barker like his cymbals really high? Is that what it is?
I'm not shooting shots at Travis Barker. I love Travis Barker. He's one of my fucking biggest inspirations. But fucking, you know, straight up, Cody, if you're watching, he always tells me to put my cymbals higher. And I don't know if you've ever watched Travis Barker play live, but he's got his cymbals really high, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, I like my cymbals medium to high height. And no matter how high I put my cymbals, he tells me to put them higher. So with lights and all this crap, right? Dude,
I got a fever.
You out, Cody.
I got a fever.
I love it.
And that was the prescription.
His higher
symbols.
That was just a little smart comment I made of Cody. You know? I don't know if you caught it, but...
Well, you also seem like I actually like, I don't know if Montana's ever seen this side of me before, but I get like this when I'm hangry. So this is like the way you are in this video. Like if I haven't eaten for a while, this is me when I'm hangry. So
that's fair, bro. That's fair.
I get real.
My condolences.
Actually, I can't talk to. We'll talk about it later, but I can't talk to Josh about hangry because when you condition down to like single digits body fat for bodybuilding competitions, then you can talk about hangry, right?
Yeah,
we'll talk about
coffee. I need like 2 ephedrine, and then my day can start from there.
Oh my God! Wow, that does not sound fun. Well, yeah, I definitely want to dig more into the bodybuilding stuff later for sure. All right, let's go back to the video. Already stuff to talk about. Like I said, this is a fun video, and I knew it would bring stuff up about you guys.
Yeah, this one lower. This doesn't matter.
Bring it lower.
Look at this technique.
Hey man. Hey man, what? Can you please get out of the room?
Hey man, can you please get out of the room?
Please get out of the room.
I'm talking to Josh.
Oh, okay.
Josh was standing in the doorway filming me with like Instagram story or some shit. It's like, hey Vic, like I don't know what the hell you were saying, but I was like, hey Vic. Fucking Brian, our video guy, right? He's standing there filming me too. So, you know, I got like 3 angles of fucking action here. And I'm like, hey, man, can you please get out of the room?
that is not what you said. You did not say, can you please get out of the room? That's not what you said.
Threatened to kill you.
But, no, man. And I always say too, like, good job on growing your hair out during COVID, man. Like that's, I saw you doing a windmill there. That was pretty impressive.
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
I was
man,
gonna
that's
say,
like
we're all kind of matchy.
Hair grows.
I like it.
Wow. Yeah.
That's 1 year progress.
Yeah.
I gotta go grab my clippers, man, and just like shave the side of my head. I grew my hair out since then, but yeah.
It's coming along, Wally.
It's coming. Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
I can see it. I can see it pumped out.
It's curly, and I put a hat on today because I didn't have time to do my hair before the show. But yeah, it's curly, but that's why it takes forever. I don't have nice straight hair like you guys. But anyway, back to the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way.
Before I fucking kill you.
For something completely different.
So that was you asking him to get out of the room, please?
Yeah. We're pretty fucking vulgar. Excuse me,
Yeah,
friend.
man,
We're pretty vulgar.
Okay.
I got a whole freezer full of popsicles. You know, my wallet strapped to my thigh.
What's that?
Come on, Jesse.
And then he's like, and his dog's like, Incredible at that.
Yeah, you are. Okay, yeah, you are incredible at that. That's Herbert. There you go. See, I got a little bit of link. That's Herbert the pervert, right?
Oh my god.
Dude, I love fucking Family Guy. I think all of us fucking love Family Guy.
Bro, that's why I wake up in the morning, man.
Family Guy's the best.
And then the other gentleman that in that shot is Cody Weldon, right? He's one of 3 producers at Red Dragon Studios, right?
Yeah, he's like the main engineer, and then Richie Nix works. They work alongside each other there, and but Cody is super talented. Richie has like all the knowledge of the music business, man. And
yeah, Richie owns the studio. If you haven't checked out Richie Nix's music, like he's his own fucking masterpiece, man. Yeah. Richie Nix, like he's a rapper. Brand. He's like how would you explain that? Like rap rock, basically.
Rap
rock.
Like,
okay.
Metal
Nice.
I would call it post rap rock.
Punk post rap rock. That sounds pretty cool.
Punk post rap rock. Nice.
Post rap rock. Like he has his own edge. Like he's very in tune with what's going on in the current music industry. Like especially with like the metalcore and what we're a part of. And he owns that studio. Him and Cody operate the place. And yeah, like shit. But like if you don't follow Richie Nix, look up Richie Nix on Facebook, Instagram.
Okay.
Awesome. Richie Nix. Definitely. We can actually
listen out straight up.
Awesome. And then as Cody, I was actually looking up because Cody is one you were working with in the video. I was looking up him a bit more. He did creating and editing audio for both MTV Push, which is a series where they push new and emerging artists to the forefront and give them a video series. So that's pretty cool. So working for MTV and the BET Awards as well. He did sound work for them as well, mixing and sound work for them as well. So and then there's Richie. There's Richie Nix.
That's the man right there.
Yeah. There's Richie. He's Richie Nix, songwriter, producer, multinational acclaim. Plays counts in the millions. Mass plays in the millions. Produced written songs such as "In My Head," "Senseless," and "Superstar Part 2." Okay, yeah. Anyway, BET, MTV, PGA. He was involved in.
Yeah, man. Greatness can come from anywhere, man. Honestly,
yeah,
really,
for sure.
It's true. It doesn't matter where you're from.
Very true.
Straight up.
Although you can't see him in this photo. He's completely camouflaged into the photo. So. And then in the chat we have Heliarch saying Craig Mahoney from Wallaceburg.
What's up, Craig? I saw him at the gym the other day. How you doing, bro?
At the gym.
Nice.
Gym buddy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's really great, dude. He's actually a talented guitar player too, so I give him that absolutely.
So what do you guys think? Do I look like I can be in the band, or should I put my hat back on?
Oh, you know what?
You both could be in our
band. I love it, man. I love it too, dude.
Wally, live your best life.
Live your best life, says Montana. Wally, live your best life. Okay, let's go back to the video. I mean, I was telling you, I just knew that this would bring up a bunch of good shit. This video because it's sort of like it's like a peek behind the scenes, and I love this kind of stuff always with bands.
It's great. I
love it.
Incredible at that It's embarrassing.
Playing bass? You gotta keep up with birds. Not the birds to play bass.
There, is that one of those cheat meals you're talking about there?
That smile, eh? Like, what
the fuck? He's so happy to be eating that cheeseburger. It's like dripping too. It looks really good.
You know what? Windsor's got some unreal food. I have to like
Pizza capital of the world.
Oh fuck yeah, totally.
Pizza capital of the world. If you don't live in Italy, Windsor's the next best stop.
Really? I have never.
This isn't just me saying.
I've never heard that actually.
Let's go over to the streets.
It's not just word. It's word on the goddamn globe.
Windsor, Ontario, foodie capital of Canada. I never heard that before. So, what are some recommendations? Give us your top 3 places to go in Windsor, Ontario, if you want to get food.
Capri, Naples,
top three.
Armando's. Done.
Sorry, one more time.
We got like Capri pizza. That's my personal favorite.
Capri pizza.
My
Okay.
personal favorite, yeah.
And what were the other?
We got
And then Naples?
Naples, yeah, Naples is pretty good. And we got Armando's. Armando's is like the place to go to sit down, have a good family dinner with some pizza, you know what I mean? Like gourmet style. I love it all. Love all that stuff. We got plenty more than just that.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
All these very niche businesses.
You got to come and try it out first.
Awesome.
Before you
Awesome.
judge.
Nice.
Awesome.
Windsor, the
Windsor.
capital of Italy.
Quarter City of Detroit.
Yeah, Border City, they call it.
Oh, dear. Gosh.
Look at that smiling.
There he is, smiling.
Look at hamster with this cheap.
Yeah, just way too much fucking food in my mouth. Like,
Not enough.
Yeah,
Storing that for next.
and like just watching this. When I was watching this, I already kind of got an idea what the personality types were of the band. And it seems like Mike. It seems like you're like the calm, collected one of the group. You're
Mike is the mediator.
Mike's the brains, man. Like, you know what? Let Nick and I just go fucking guns a-blazing, and like Mike holds it all together.
Josh and I would probably fight a lot.
Yeah, we'd be no doubt. Like, fucking absolutely.
Just
I am the mediator. I'm just like
100%.
yeah.
right. Probably you probably don't speak all like as much as the other two, but when you do, everyone listens, right? You know.
Absolutely.
Fucking right, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming he's the tallest, so therefore, senor.
Hey.
Actually, Mike and I are like
We're like
pretty
identical.
Yeah, we're both 5'10", so like it's
Oh,
almost
okay.
all but,
Okay.
Oh, Mike, you give off the
Someone
appearance.
slouching.
Mike gives off the appearance of someone who's really tall, doesn't he? Like Mike looks like a tall
He
dude.
does.
Yeah.
Like, you look like
I'm
a tall
slender.
dude.
Oh, let me stand up beside him.
Oh my! Now we're looking at your crotches. Now we're looking at crotch shots. What is going on here?
Anyways,
What is going on here?
Crotch
tonight?
shot. That's so cool.
Here we go. Oh my God! This show's going off the rails.
I love it.
Eric Batter in the chat says, "We all know you guys love street meat. Is that hot dogs?"
hey man, I think he's chirping. You're chirping.
He's chirping. He's chirping.
Love you too, Eric.
Street meat. Oh yeah, Josh, you're in there too. You're chatting. Awesome. Josh in the chat too. That's awesome, buddy. That's multitasking for you.
I decided to comment back and be like, yeah.
Yeah. There's that bass.
Here we
Oh, what are you doing there, bud?
Oh, what are you doing here?
What are you doing there, bud?
What's wrong, man?
What are you trying to do there, bud?
Hey, stop it, guys. Stop it.
The mediator. There he is, right in the middle.
There he is.
Totally.
out of the band.
Go to your room.
Totally.
Go to your
I gotta say, in the background there too. I mean, freaking Cody loves it, man. He's just so into it. He's just digging it.
Yeah, he lives for that.
Yeah. Lives.
This is just imagine being a front man with that. You had to wear this, but there's a little thing you can put the microphone in there.
Yo, like I make a.
You had to wear this, but there's a little.
Yeah, hold on. Like, look at those guns, man. Look at that. Wow. What's was that just hanging around the studio, the bunny head, or why was that there?
Our buddy Kyle, who is originally our fourth member.
That was in my kick drum.
Yeah,
actually,
we actually put
I
that
had
in his
to pull
kick
it out
drum.
of
There's
the
a
kick
muffler.
drum. No, that was
You put the bunny head in as a muffler? That's
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
genius.
That was amazing.
That's genius.
That's in the drums.
That was the drum muffler for sure.
That is awesome.
Bigger front head, so you can actually see the head right through the front of the drum.
Where did you get it? How did you acquire the bunny
So
head?
like so the vocals before like I took over on vocals like was our great buddy Kyle
Yep.
who I was in a band with Expo and I was telling you about him earlier in the podcast there.
Yep.
But
Right.
Kyle, we kind of wanted him to do vocals for a bit there. It didn't end up working out. Like, just, you know, the chemistry wasn't there, kind of thing. But it just really well between us three. But Kyle had done such a great job, like just doing what he was doing.
I stole his bunny head.
Yeah.
The truth comes out.
Yeah, awesome.
It's here.
It's here.
Bring it out right now.
But yeah, eat burgers and wear a bunny head on stage. I mean, that's primo.
We thought about getting like a mannequin to just throw into the audience. Like, is that a good idea?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, that's a great idea. It'll probably get destroyed. You need a mannequin for like every show. A new one.
Tessatura does that, actually. Edmonton band. They got a blow-up doll called Tessa or Tessie. I could have that wrong. Yeah, and they dress her up like wearing Tessatura merch and then just chuck her into the crowd.
Real.
She, like crowd surfs and stuff. Oh,
that's how they give up. That's how they hand out free merch to the audience. Is that how they do it?
They did that at Loud as Hell.
I'm an arm or leg or a
pretty sure, yeah.
Or a t-shirt.
Arm or leg. Or a t-shirt. You got an arm or a leg or a t-shirt.
Or a t-shirt. Take your pick.
Speaking of t-shirts, if you want to win a t-shirt, go to our Instagram, wickedwallywebcast on Instagram.
Nice
you
plug,
can.
nice plug, nice
That's
plug.
right. That's right. Actually, I didn't earlier. I actually didn't even plug the website. We do have a merchandise website as well. I put the links in the chats at the beginning of the chat, so you want to go to that. Streamlabs.com /wickedwallywebcast /merch. Bit of a mouthful, but we have some cool merchandise on there. Hats, hoodies. Yeah, people have already been buying stuff, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's my plug. Oh, I'm going to bring that up later. There we go.
Yes.
Back to the most muscular pose there. Double bicep.
This is just imagine being a front man with that. You had to wear this, but there's a little thing you can put the microphone in there, so you can say shit.
Oh my God.
Straight into it.
Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed that thoroughly. It gives us a chance to know what the band is like, the shenanigans that go on behind the scenes. It's fun.
Absolutely.
It's fun to learn those kinds of things.
It is. That brings me to my question, actually, for
go ahead.
The song 2020. Actually, if you don't mind me.
Absolutely,
Montana.
Montana.
In here,
no,
Wally.
Go for it, Montana.
But so I did some sleuthing, and I looked up your lyrics. And
Me
there was
too.
something out of the 2020 lyrics that stood out to me, and I had to look it up because I didn't know what it meant. And maybe you already know what I'm talking about, but I will read it. It is called, and it's a short clip from your lyrics, Tabula rasa, we are philosophy. Paint the picture of your fantasies and understand that you are more than you think. So I don't know what tabula rasa meant, so I looked it up. And there's a noun, and then there's a secondary explanation. So the first one's an absence of preconceived ideas or predetermined goals, a clean slate. And then the second one is the human mind, especially at birth, viewed as having no innate ideas. That's fucking rad. Can you elaborate, please?
Yeah, okay, yeah, please.
Getting right to the point kind of thing. So, like, as we grow older, our subconscious minds absorb our surroundings, okay? So, tabula rasa, basically, we were talking about a new way of thinking, a new way of, like, inner perspective. So, it kind of represents forward. Yeah, yes, exactly. So, like, it's the idea that our thoughts create us, kind of thing.
Right.
You know, and it's our experiences around us that make us who we are. You are 80% of the people you are around. You are 80% of, you know, the words spoke to you. You're the personality of each other, and we're all kind of reflected in that way of like a mirror. And so, the tabula rasa just basically because we are of that. We are meant to express. We are meant to resonate all together as one. And so that's kind of what I was getting.
That's really, really profound. No, that's really cool. Apologies, sorry for my cat. Just
that's okay.
I was trying to keep a straight face the whole time.
We're just lucky.
He's just like, fucking pay attention to me.
Yeah, basically.
You know how.
Why are you ignoring me?
You know how it is. Cats. Pandemic.
For the song 2020, very maybe tied. I enjoy that song just as much as the Witch Machine. Wicked track. It also shows a different side of you, I would say, as well. It's got a lot more clean vocals in the track, different styles of clean vocal. I want to listen to this song. I have some things to say about it as well, Montana, because this song really stood out to me as well. This 2020 track, out of listening to the album over and over, like the EP or album over and over again, and the single, this song just kept really sticking with me, and it stuck in my head, and I was singing it, and there's just something about this song. So I want to go. Let's check it out, a little bit of it, and I want to ask some questions about it too.
Absolutely.
Illumination, the vision is clear. Reveal the secrets, the answers are here. Torturing vision, so we see the light. Expose the truth and hidden lies. We all seek the meaning of life. Is it even real? Complicated emotional chaos. Do you believe what you're told? Think for yourself, the veil is lifted. Our unconscious minds are lucid. It's in our nature to destroy. Know
Sorry.
Save yourself. Rise our enough philosophy. Paint the picture of your fantasies and understand that you are more than you think. The time has come to open your eyes and see the archetypes.
So this part of the song, I get. I know we said earlier in the interview that Josh, you sound like this artist and that artist. We heard Nick mentioned that earlier in the show. In this particular part of the song, I get Maynard James Keenan from Tool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait.
Perfect Circle.
Tool, Perfect Circle. I'm one of a place of
Wow.
yeah. I've listened. I've really been such a massive fan of Maynard from the beginning.
Right.
A lot of my spiritual kind of like upbringing came from Maynard. Just like listening to the music and just like kind of connecting myself with him on this intellectual level. But like altogether, like I think that's the vibe we kind of wanted to go for, was this like progressive metal
Right.
that Tool had already done. We can't obviously redo what Tool did. No one ever.
No, it's just an influence. It's just a small taste of it, and that's nice because it's you definitely are doing your own thing. But I got it. I got the influence. I heard it in there. I'm like, that's definitely a Tool influence, or Maynard influence for sure. So much to the point where I think Moogie even really likes it. So.
Yeah, he sure does.
Hey, what up?
He's a really big fan, guys.
It's like, you can beat me now.
He's like, no. Get out of here.
So good.
He's
Good.
a big fan.
I like when I get things right. If you were just like Josh, you would have been like, you could have trolled me and been like, "What are you talking about? I don't even like Tool. I hate Tool." You know.
Like, yeah. Why do you think I sound like that?
I mean, I think it's a compliment. And if Jay's still in the chat, I know Jason is a Tool fan as well, so he'll appreciate that quite a bit.
I am.
I can for sure.
You sound like Tool.
And, yeah.
Yeah, Mirror.
So the artist who did this is from Poland.
Yes, she is.
I stumbled across him on Instagram. I was like, oh my God. First of all, love
Polish.
your art. Second of all, I'm buying some art. And third of all, can you make us art? And he was like, absolutely. And like did literally it's surreal, it's dark surrealism that he does. And it was just the perfect timing. It was the perfect timing for our first record. And he just really nailed it. And this is all through email. This guy barely speaks English, right?
Right.
We're using Google Translate to talk, and like it was fucking crazy.
Wow, that turtle, that's cool.
So
worth it.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, honest to God. I mean, this guy literally went out
Look at
and
that's our model.
Straight up, is that
Yeah.
her?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Though that's
Yeah,
recent. So that's totally recent. See, he goes out and
Wow.
takes pictures of physical things, and then edits them. He doesn't start with a digital platform.
Yeah.
So that's what's awesome.
It's really
about what he
raw.
does. It's
Very
very.
raw.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you're looking at his stuff, it's got so much depth to it, right? Like that's so.
Awesome. Thanks for following Lightfall12. Now following the show. Thank you.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, there's a kitty
Yeah.
with bleeding eyes.
Big cat fan.
Ooh, creepy.
Yes, very dark surrealism. Yes.
Oh, that is sweet. Look at the climber on there, and that's neat. That is so cool. That's so cool. So yeah, as you were saying, like that. Yeah, that is your model. Your album cover is on here somewhere if you scroll down far enough. And so the artist, let's just go back and give a little shout out here. So the artist 100%. On Instagram is Mirikis7.
He goes by Mirek as a Polish.
Izmirik artist, Polish artist, born in Stalowa Walla, specializes in dark surreal photography, and then also the model that Mirek uses. I found her as well on Instagram.
Nice digging.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. So this is the same model that's used in your album cover.
Yeah, that's her.
And I think her name was Alice in Wonderland, in Icy Oraland. Okay. All I have is dad jokes, by the way. You're going to find that out tonight. Okay.
Hey, you're going to be a dad, so
that's true.
I mean, I wouldn't expect anything else.
That's right. Okay, let's check out a little bit more of the song. I'm going to see if anything else drums up. And Montana, I'll throw it over to you in case you have anything else to ask about this. Because, yes, we sometimes, a lot of times, Montana and I, we kind of we click on things. And again, we did. Because this song definitely was a highlight for me.
Absolutely. I mean, like... Yep,
except when I cut her off.
God damn it, Wally! No. No, yeah, I totally agree. This speaks volumes on so many different levels too, because with the recent, not so recent pandemic, it
still
has
going on?
that connection. So
it does, but I think, not intentional. It was written before it, right?
No.
It actually was.
That's right.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
It was almost like a prophetic,
right.
Yeah.
We saw it coming. We saw it coming, and as soon as that started resonating, all of our consciousness changed.
It is very prophetic.
And look when this was posted, February 8th, 2020. Ooh.
There we go.
Our birthdays. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh man. Yeah, our birthdays, Mike. Okay. All right. Back to the song, Montana.
Excellent. Go.
Okay. Okay, that's riffing off right there. Not ripping off, but riffing off. That definitely sounds like Tool right there.
It rips.
But not ripping off. I interviewed a band called Ultra Vomit from France once, and they do a lot of. Yeah, they're incredible, by the way. Yeah, they're actually really incredible. They play giant festivals and stuff, and they're awesome dudes. Ended up becoming, hanging out with them after, and they're really solid people. Anyway, I was interviewing them, and I said to them, there's a lot of, this sounds like a Rammstein song, and this sounds like because they're a comedy metal band. They're kind of they're parody metal in a way, so they do use a lot of elements from other bands. But they're like, it's not ripping off, it's riffing off, is what they said. These French guys. So yeah,
very, very clever.
That's clever. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all they had was dad humor as well. We clicked. It was so great. Okay, back to this. Just fucking love this song. Is there another kitty? Oh my god.
It's a kitty.
Where are we?
Exactly. The mascot, man.
This is Simon the realist.
Simon the realist.
I don't want to be fucking held right now.
He never wants to.
He never.
Aww. Simon. So should I put Simon's name here in the middle, in the bottom here?
Simon says, listen to Icy Aura.
That's right, the band cat. Oh.
Right, the band cat.
He's gonna leave
And
by
now
his
he's
own
very
will.
upset about him.
All right, goodbye.
And there he goes. I just want to keep listening to the track, but we should probably keep going with the show, or the interview portion of the show.
So
But
good.
man, I love that song. I actually didn't want to turn it off. I'm like, forget about everyone watching. Usually I'm like, the viewers are so important. I'm like, forget about them. I'm going to listen to this song more. Sorry. Oh, everyone dropped. Oh, sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, all right, let's keep going. I totally got you. All right, thanks for everyone who's still tuned in. Yeah, we have we have people that are hanging in with us and hanging out tonight. So thanks so much. What did you think of that track? Holy shit, was that awesome? Anyway.
Oh my god.
Let's see, what else do I... How much... Where are we? I'm actually losing track of time. I have Josh. I have your bass playthrough, but I think we're running out of time. I think we got to keep going. We got to keep moving. I'm gonna plug your merchandise. Let's take a look at your merch page, because I talked about my merch. It's time to talk about yours, because you're the guest for tonight. Here, let me just change this. You have some pretty cool looking stuff here. I can tell you what my favorite is off this list here. So you got zipper hoodies. You got a hoodie here. This. Nice. Baseball, this shirt here. Oh, no, it's not a baseball shirt. It's a long sleeve. This shirt here, my God, that I love. That I love. This is like, that is nice. I'd wear that with the sleeves rolled up.
Yeah, he did all of our artwork for us, like for the merch. Like Andy does like tons of bands, but he like we've been chatting, and he was really helpful there, and I'm really proud of his work. We're super pumped about it.
I love Andy, man.
Yeah,
nice.
So yeah, your link tree is going to be posted in the episode description. So if folks want to pick up your merchandise, click the link tree, and it'll go to all the different links there where to find it. But it's also
nice.
It's also I see. Oh, he's wearing it. Look at that. There you go.
This is what it looks like in real person.
In real person.
In real person.
There. I'm waiting for our shit to come in the mail. Actually, I ordered some and it wasn't like how I wanted it before I put it up, and I'm like, that's not quite right. So I fixed some things and I got it working. But as soon as I get the new batch in the mail, I'm gonna be wearing it. We're gonna sport it. Montana, you're gonna get a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vito, Jason, you're watching. We're gonna get some nice stuff. So, Lightfall 12 in the chat. Wonder if they know the Canadian metalcore band Volumes. I heard some riffs that reminded me of them.
Oh,
absolutely. Volumes is sick. Yo, big shout out to Spirit Box too, because
it's another Canadian.
They are an amazing Canadian band from Vancouver that have absolutely been dominating the fucking metal scene, and like, I had to say, like, I've been like super inspired by them too. Like, I feel like they've just come like from I Wrestle the Bear once. Like, Mike and Courtney have just created this fucking gem. Like, it's just amazing. Just give them a couple. Like, they have so much potential. I just am really, really amazed by them. So.
Nice.
Awesome. I looked up Spirit Box and I got some sort of merchandise, some sort of clothing brand. But the band, right?
Yeah, I'm like trying to look them up too right now.
Right, Spirit Box.
All over like liquid metal, like they're just absolutely killing the scene right now.
Right.
So impressive.
I just really like that band.
But yeah, I was saying, yeah. Do you have any influences from? Do you have influences from Volumes themselves, or maybe both bands have similar influences? Says Lightfall.
I think a little bit of both. Actually, you actually got on point there, Wally. Like we really like Volumes, obviously being like that djent, that unpredictable, like progressive metal / groove metal. Like we're in that same
subgenre maybe, or
we've got so many influences.
Yeah,
it's
it's a big medley of it all, right? Like, but Spirit Box lately, like, we would consider being along the same like lines as them in that experimental kind of thing. Like we're starting to do that a little bit more, but obviously they're way bigger than we are. But
regardless though, like they have this special, like any band that's worth their salt, you know, like they have that special thing about them that just speaks to people the way that they want to be spoken to, you know, and it's like whoa. And it comes through every time, no matter what song you listen to. It could be a heavier song. It could be a more soft song that speaks more to the side of the human being. And it's like, dude, like no matter what they put out, that's what I think. If us as a band, if we're gonna put out any song, like we want it to be able to translate in more ways than one.
Sure, and it does, and absolutely does. Yeah, and then what's good about that too is the music doesn't get boring. Right? If it's one note, it's definitely not. One note is definitely not the way to describe your music. Even though there are like little repetitive parts, like little like rhythmic repetitive parts, that's what gets you grooving. But then there's enough change and there's enough different influences, and there's enough in your music so you never get bored, which is very. It's a hard balance to strike. You guys do a great job of it, though, by the way.
Yeah. The technicalities that you choose to incorporate, you can, well, at least in my opinion, you can tell the differentiation between particular influences that you guys have besides metal. And I have a question for all of you. Not metal influences, what are some of the influences that you have, like, from other genres? I want to know. Which one of you guys likes Frank Zappa? Tell me now.
Like, oh my god, that's funny. Like a psych. But my dad grew up. My dad's a bass player, by the way. So I kind of had the you know, like the luck of having a dad of a bass player, you know, and so he loved Frank Zappa. He loved Genesis and Yes and Rush.
Right on.
He was like, listen to this shit, man. And it basically was like, all right, man. And I listened to it, you know, and like we all kind of like grew up on that progressive rap kind of vibe. Nick loves like rap R&B stuff, so like Nick's a really good lyricist. He's been really like helping us like situate those lyrics, get that structure, you know, like his like. I
was gonna say during this interview, Nick, you threw down some different sayings, some slang that is not typically like what a metal guy would use, and stuff that I don't use.
Man, hey,
I was just like, I bet you, this is.
I mean, you're a Calgary boy, man. I feel that, like.
I'm actually a Saskatchewan boy. I lived in Calgary I'm originally from Saskatchewan.
What did you say? You said something earlier before the show started, and I was like, what? What is that? What does that word even mean? I don't understand.
A saying, a Saskatchewan saying. Do you want me to say that right now?
Yeah, I mean, we're here.
Well, Montana did something good, really good, and I'm like, oh, you're on the bit. You're on the bit, Montana. Is that?
I was like, what?
On the bit. On the bit.
They don't know it either.
I don't know.
I think I'm just old. I think it's just because I'm old.
I think of Bitcoin.
We're on the bit.
We're on the bit. You're on the bit.
We're on the
bit. I don't know. I guess I don't know.
No, I've heard that before. But I've never.
Different connotation.
I've never. It's not a common phrase where we're from. Like we're from Ontario, right? Like.
Right.
We're pretty Americanized with everything we get. Like all our news, all our freaking everything over here is so Americanized. Like we're pretty. I mean, you guys. Okay, to be real, where we're at right now, filming this is about 1 hour. It's about a 1 hour drive away from Detroit. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Detroit.
It's a 1 hour.
Probably shorter.
Like everybody knows where Detroit is.
Yeah. Right.
If you don't know where Detroit is, just go on your maps and look it up.
Google it.
We're about a 1 hour drive from Detroit. But my apartment, I just got a new apartment right next to the Ambassador Bridge, which connects to Detroit, right? Like Windsor.
Oh,
Detroit.
yeah.
So I'm a 2-minute drive from Detroit, basically.
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
So, yeah, like that's where I live. It's called Windsor, the city, right?
Yep.
Windsor City. So, Basically, what was I getting at?
I don't know, but can I circle back? Can I circle back to Montana's question though?
Yeah, can we circle back to like
because Mike
musical influences?
Mike didn't have a chance to answer Montana's question about music influences that are not directly metal. Mike, do you have any?
Do I have any
Non-metal influences? Yeah.
No, non-metal. I mean, like I grew up listening to all sorts of different rock music growing up, like
right.
classic stuff that comes on the radio every day, like AC/DC and Metallica. Metallica is what actually struck me to actually pretty much learn guitar. As soon as I started playing guitar, I got into Metallica, and I was like, man, I got to learn this riff from this song in Metallica, and that was my focus for like 5 years. Oh, I learned strictly Metallica songs. But yeah, I have an older sister. She's like 5 years older than me, and she was in the whole era of like Backstreet Boys and Hanson. And like, that was huge.
So, you guys should cover Bop.
As a kid.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You should do a Bop cover.
Which is cool.
And there's three of you. You should all have blonde wigs and do a video. Do a Bop cover video.
Except do like a Meshuggah cover of Bop. There's potential.
No, do Icy Aura style. You gotta But anyway, okay, cool. Anyway, that was an interesting question. I like that. Hearing about the hip hop background from Nick, and then also let us know how he helps with the lyrics in the the flow. Right, that's interesting. Josh's background in progressive rock. Cool, very cool. Interesting to hear about that. So I like to dig through social media and see if there's anything to talk about. Montana's already laughing because she knows she likes this part of the show.
Give us the dirt, Wally.
Give us the dirt. But usually I try not to I don't want to make anyone look bad or whatever. It's just stuff that I think is going to be fun, by the way. It's going to be fun. But so we talked about this at the beginning of the show. I'm going to talk about this for a while. I'll apologize in advance to Nick and Mike because I might go off on a tangent on this next topic because this is a topic I'm super interested in. Is Josh your natural bodybuilding? You're a natural competitive bodybuilder, and that I find super duper interesting. And we're going to pull this up on Instagram. There you are on stage. Your conditioning, man, is just unreal. It's I don't think a lot of people realize how hard, especially naturally, to get that. Have that amount of muscle on your frame and to get that lean, that is extremely impressive. How many years of training to get you to this point, to step on this stage and look this good, Josh, doing it as a natural bodybuilder?
As like I obviously grew up as an athlete, kind of doing like track and field.
Wrestling too, right?
Yeah, I did a bit of wrestling, of course. A bit of MMA and Ishimori karate. So I did a lot of like fighting too. But that was my younger years. I kind of got into doing like powerlifting, and like I was doing like football and stuff, like all this athletic stuff, whatever. But I really found interest in just like sculpting, and then like I was like checking out like pumping iron was the first fucking
great
dimension.
With Arnold. It's like coming. I'm coming in the morning. I'm coming in the evening. It's fantastic.
Like, what fucking kind of analogy is that? But how fucking accurate can it be? Anyway,
training's like coming.
And it originated from that, honestly. Like I just saw the potential in myself, and I'm not a very big guy. I'm only about like 170 pounds, man. Like I'm not a big dude. Right. It's just like the conditioning level, right? Like that it takes for something like that. So restricting calories and sticking to, like a 22-week diet that basically retransforms your metabolism from this, like I was more like endomorph based at first, and then
really?
And then changed into like more of an ectomorph now. So like I can eat higher calories and like.
Oh, well, we gotta talk after this, man, because that's all that. Yeah, for sure. And that's something I want to say. You talked about Sorry, you talked about getting to this point. When a lot of folks see something like this, if they're jealous or whatever, they see this and like, oh, he's probably taking something or he's probably doing whatever, right? And they don't realize what goes behind it.
They don't get it.
And the other thing too is like my buddy, my other co-host Vito. I was talking about the show, and I'm like, yeah, I'm excited because I'm going to talk about Josh about natural bodybuilding, and I bore all my friends with it. My brother likes talking to me about it, but I bore all my friends talking about this kind of stuff, and he said, "Oh, he's huge. He's huge. He's massive. He's huge." And I said, "Actually, Vito, he's not." Like he's got muscle for his frame, like for his size, he does have a decent amount of muscle, but he's not actually that big. It's the conditioning. It's the amount of muscle with the amount of body fat that you hold. So, yeah, 100%.
Comparatively,
sure. Oh yeah, of course, of course, yes, of course. It's still freaking impressive.
It's a ham.
It's still freaking impressive.
Ready for a ham dinner? You want a ham dinner?
And then you're talking about hangry earlier, and I want to show this photo because this photo here, you look. I'm going to zoom out a little bit on this one. You look. It looks fantastic. It looks great, but I mean, how long can you maintain this? Like, this has got to be what 7% body fat, or what are we talking here? Because this is like.
You know what? I'll be straight up with you. At that point, I was closer to 5.
Wow!
It was more mentally draining than it was almost physically for me, because physiologically, your body's really not supposed to be that lean for that long.
No.
So scientifically,
Right.
that does have a lot of effects on your body. So I turned to spirituality to kind of get through it, and that's obviously where like a lot of my upbringing comes from, right? But being that lean for that long, I will be strictly honest with you, I wouldn't say is healthy.
No, it's not.
You want to have a little bit of like, body fat.
Right.
But at the same time, when you restrict and you increase these calories, as you're getting leaner, your body eats it up even more. So what ends up happening is you actually are eating a ton of calories still and remaining that lean, but your metabolic rate is just like really going off the wazoo because you're eating consistently, you're getting this amount of protein, and your macronutrients has a lot to do with it. And then your body adapts to your diet, right? So that being said, you can stay lean year round if you want to. If you're really honed in and weighed your food, like I had to weigh my food, I had to weigh my rice, I had to weigh my broccoli for fuck's sakes, man.
Although
broccoli.
You wouldn't. Is that the American influence? You wouldn't want to stay this lean all year round and feel like garbage. I mean, yeah. So like, what do you like? You don't have to answer this question, but what, like, because I'm talking about body. What do you walk around at in terms of body fat percentage, like normally?
Right now, I'm about a solid like 12.
Oh,
10.
that's very healthy. That's a very very healthy. I'm trying to get to 15. The last 2% has been kind of tough. It's hard to kind of
keep that up, man.
I'm trying to get to 15.
I'm glad you're like doing that. It's good to see other people, taking care of that, and we all deserve to feel the way we feel, right? Like
$10,000 an hour. This guy will teach you how to get that extra 2% off.
Do you take Bitcoin?
Actually, do you consult people, Josh? Because you obviously know about this. Do you consult people, Josh? Is this something people can reach out to you for? Do you do any kind of consulting?
Yes, absolutely. I've studied personal training. I've studied a ton of like physiology. Bioenergetics, so like anything like that, I wouldn't say I'm a dietitian,
right?
But I have the right kinds of volume to do in order to create some sort of like effect on the skeletal muscle to help grow the body, to help grow up the muscles and the density of the bones. And then I can help you with a diet, but I'm not a dietitian.
Gotcha. Yep, definitely.
I'll give you macronutrients and say, here you go. How much can you eat in a day? Well, I'm full at 3,000 calories. Okay, we'll only eat 2,000 kind of thing to help really, get the best bang for your buck.
Josh has been giving Mike and I an allowance of 3.5 beers a day.
Oh, no.
Because you'll gain belly fat. I'm just kidding.
Moderation.
Everything in moderation, especially moderation. There's Montana.
Montana has Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Absolutely.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, yeah, I definitely want to talk about that. I mean, you obviously can give advice about that. You can probably give us advice on how to sell a car, right? You can probably do that too, Josh.
Oh shit!
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
day
right.
jobs ain't shit in the music world, man.
Yeah, you know what? It really isn't. It's
Day
difficult.
jobs are just the support
So,
structure.
so if I wanted to buy a Mazda, Josh, you could help me with that.
Hey,
Anything. Yeah, I get Miatas. I get tons
Oh.
of crazy stuff.
Oh, really?
Miatas.
Okay.
You know,
Oh,
it's
nice.
Like if you're looking for a specific kind of thing, like I'll hook you up. Like I have all the hookups in every direction.
I got the Mazda you need.
All right, I know I'm ignoring you, Nick and Mike. I apologize because, like I said, bodybuilding is one of the things I'm interested in. I'm going to speed through the next two things I want to talk about it, so I can get to you guys because I have some stuff. But don't worry, you're not being left out of this social media digging either. But quickly, what are the Fawad Abiad Championships? If I'm saying that correctly, Josh.
Fouad Abiad. So
There we
Fouad
go.
Abiad is a professional IFBB bodybuilder, and he basically kind of paved the path for a lot of like bodybuilders in the scene at the time. And so the Fouad Abiad was like basically like a Southern Ontario full meet with like the states could join to if they wanted to.
Right.
So like I ended up doing really well in that competition and winning what they call Mr. Windsor or whatever.
You did. Look at you on the cover of the magazine. The Fawad. I'm not going to even try to say that again.
Right there, man.
Fouad Miata.
Fawad.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that you're into that. It's really awesome. And the support is unreal, man. Like, just seeing people, like, you know, like, even the ladies in there, like Kyla Ford, who is unbelievably talented with what she does. She's on my far left there.
Right.
But she is one of a kind human being. Her and her boyfriend is just an amazing competitor too. Like, it's just a really cool little niche world, just like metal. You know, it's so
Right,
it really
right.
well for me. I just feel like I'm at home. You know,
Right,
I
right. Yeah, and
awesome.
they have open and natural championships. Can you really quickly explain what the difference between the two of those are?
Yeah, so open obviously is you're allowed to take certain things, but they have to be out of your system in a certain amount of time. With a natural, you can't really take anything. You have to be very open to like
Random testing or
just the basic supplements that they recommend, right? Like
right, creatine.
Like you can take tests, you can take whatever you want and get away with it.
And open, yeah.
But they say, you know, everything's kind of natural. It's like, no, of course it's not. Don't get any, ideas that it is, because it's not. And I don't judge anybody that takes, performance enhancing supplements.
Sure.
But like, drugs. And I have nothing against that in any way, but it's a different kind of mentality at the end of the day. So like a natural competitor sees himself as what he can possibly be and pushes for that. An open competitor would be like, how far can I get with leverage?
Right.
How far can I get with leverage? Right?
Yeah, which is still hard, which is still very difficult. It's still, people look at someone like that too, and they're like, oh, look, they just take something. I mean, even that is extremely hard, like pushing your body to that limit. Yeah, definitely. And then one more thing. So in the chat, actually, there's a comment. Diane in the chat actually says, hey, you do a good Arnold. I do a good Arnold impersonation. Anyway, impersonation.
That's pretty good, Wally.
So I do better when I read something like, brought to you by the Dynamic and Veteran Promotional. Like, as long as if I'm reading something, I can actually do Arnold not too bad. But speaking of Arnold, who is obviously a very famous bodybuilder, and we talked about pumping iron earlier, I want to pull something up here on the screen. Oh, why is this not working? Come on, computer. Oh, I wanted to pull up the picture of you when you met the man himself.
Oh my god!
What?
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's not pulling up for me for some reason because it's
Funny. Okay.
How did you meet him?
here. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find this while you guys are talking.
If
that's okay.
If you want to talk about how life is small, like how small the fucking world is, it's really that fucking small. So, like, we were just at the Arnold's, and I was like,
Yeah,
we were just
I'll get
taking
it.
pre-workout, all these cool, famous bodybuilders, and like, hey, like, you inspired me as a kid.
Here
whatever.
he is.
So,
Yeah. Oh my god.
cheering, he is right there, and
Oh.
I had a bunch of people cheering, and like all these people were like freaking out, and I'm like, what's going on? And my coach, who's sitting right beside the guy's face right beside me there.
Right.
His name's Travis, my natural bodybuilding coach. He's amazing, by the way. You have to hit him up. And anyways, he's like, hey, and she's like, turn around, like, Arnold's behind you. And I was like, oh my God, I almost bumped into him. I was like, oh my God. And he's like, it's okay, man. He like grabbed my fucking hand and shook my hand. He's like, it's nice to meet you, buddy. And I was like, holy fuck. This is like, I'm in a fucking dream. Like,
that is so.
That's next level.
So cool. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just the other night, I subjected my fiance to Commando. We watched Commando. She'd never watched it before, and yeah, I loved. She actually enjoyed it. She's like, that wasn't terrible. I'm like, yeah, I know, because it's funny, but yeah, I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, and yeah, just that was so cool to be able to shake his hand. I'm told he's shorter in person than he looks like on film.
He is. I'm actually like only a couple inches shorter than him, and I was like, oh, I thought you were like way taller. But I mean, he had like a mitt of a fucking hand to shake. I was like,
oh yeah, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. And he probably shrunk too. Like as people get older, they shrink too. He might have lost an inch or two.
I'm gonna be 5'6".
Especially
Nice.
with a 600-pound spot bar on his back 90% of the time.
Exactly.
That's right. When you put all that weight on your back, yeah. Nick, you're getting more lively as the show's going on. I love it. Anyway,
I love it. I dig it.
okay, yeah, that's all I had to talk about bodybuilding. I didn't want to. I know I've talked about it for a while, but honestly, I'm just super interested in it. And
you brought up Josh being Irish. I'm probably 3 times as Irish as Josh.
Yeah, I would say so.
I got a red. I don't know if you can tell. This is all really black and white and stuff on this thing. I just got a tattoo a couple of days ago, actually. It's a little Celtic.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
It's a little homage to a little Ireland. You know what I'm saying? Or the Celtic deal.
Celtic
Oh, nice.
Whatever the hell it
Very
is.
cool.
Is that part of your?
Very cool,
is that
Mike.
part of like your family crest?
What's that?
Is that part of your family crest, or in association
No,
with
it's not a crest.
something that
It's
speaks to you?
the classic knot, and
Nice.
I turned it into an owl.
Oh, sick.
I found this design online that really emulated that whole thing. So
Nice.
whatever, but yeah, I mean, like literally, it's funny enough. Like my hair's blonde as hell.
You're like almost a frosh, man.
Well, we share something, Nick, because under this black hair,
Reddit.
ginger.
Yeah.
Ah.
The hairs on my
We've
chin,
never
chin.
Mine too. Look.
So
Hey, for real.
you're a ginger? I had no idea.
Oh yeah, dude. Dude, I'm ginger through and through. I just don't tell anyone because I'm scared of being kicked. No, kidding. Did you ever have that in high school, Nick? Did you ever like kick a ginger day from South Park?
Well, I can see the hairs on your heady
Yeah.
head. Not
Yeah. It's like coming in
You know-
again.
You don't look too ginger. You look like
You're
you're
surprised.
Brunetta's
Well, that's just another mystery that nobody will know.
So Nick, while I was going through your social media, the one thing I want to pull up, this is something that trolled me, man. You trolled me good. I was reading this, I'm like, holy shit, I can't bring this up on the show, but I'm pretty sure it's a joke. I'm pretty sure it's a troll, and if I'm wrong, then we're gonna see what happens with the show. But let's pull this up. So this is what I saw on your Instagram page. It says here, about to fly my ass away from all this crazy, and this is 52 weeks ago, so it was a year ago. Wuhan, China, here I come.
Yo, so my cousin, right?
Uh-oh.
This is about my cousin. My cousin, Greg. He's a photographer, right? He's a rock photographer. He's been to Rock am Ring, or not Rock am Ring, sorry, Rock on the Ring. He's been to like pretty much like any festival you could think of. He's done photography for Metal Wally. It's a German magazine.
Okay.
He's probably live watching right now.
Oh, nice.
Anyways, I'm gonna describe what the deal is. So basically, he's like freaking closest family to me, man. And last year, right after we dropped our EP,
right,
2020, it was funny. Like literally, you know how COVID started in March. COVID started like end of March, end of March. We dropped a record beginning of February. So there was like a month period of time where there was like, we had like finished our work with the band, and I had like time to just kind of like you know.
I'm on the edge of my seat, Nick. Or did you go to Wuhan, China, or not? Come on.
He left everybody.
Come on, Nick.
That's what my cousin, he gives me a phone call. He says, "Hey, cousin, you want to go to LA or not?" So he owns a company.
Okay.
He do auction stuff, right? Like he owns an auction company, so he auctions off stuff, businesses that need to get rid of shit, right?
Okay.
He had a contract in LA, so he's a music fan. He's a photographer of rock and metal and all of the above, right? He loves this whole thing, this whole scene. And so do I. So he said, "Yo, you want to come out to LA?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm so down." He's like, "I bought your tickets already. I talked to your fucking mom. Let's go." And I was like, "Dude,
Cool.
what?" I was like, "Okay." I was like, "All right,
Okay.
good. Fair enough." I was like, "Let's go." So we ended up going in the end of February last year, 2020.
Right.
You did.
Right before everything. That hey, you made it out right before last chance you could make it out. You made it out, so that's good on you, man.
Actually, straight up, I got home to Windsor. Like, we landed in Detroit, crossed the border to Windsor. Not 1 week goes by, we get all the COVID-19
Right.
warnings.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta lock down, all this stuff. Dude, I was like, wow. At least I got that out of the way, you know?
I know.
Stuck in LA or Detroit, for that matter.
Yeah, we went to Hawaii in January last year, and I was just like so happy we did. Like it was kind of a last minute. It was like a last minute sale kind of thing, and we didn't. You know, it was just a very random. They ended up going to Hawaii. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so glad we did that trip and we got that because that was the last chance to go pretty much anywhere. So that was nice. Yeah. Oh, Lightfall 12 in the chat says those tattoos are dope. Nick, Lightfall 12 in the chat liked your tattoos. Yeah. Oh, there's Montana. There you go. Okay, and then last for social media, I have something with Mike as well. The least like crazy thing to talk about because Mike's a chill dude. I just have a thing of him. I just have you here doing some skateboarding, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
She ready?
Mike-a-thon, that was at Tobamori, man.
Let's go. Do it. Yeah. Here we go.
Yes.
Kickflip. Yeah. There you go. Oh, it's one more time. There he goes.
I love it.
Lands it. So it's interesting. When you guys were talking, you guys all skateboard. I didn't realize that until you guys were talking in this interview. So
I love the fact that you guys skate and make music together. That's so cool. You're like your own little tiny fucking family.
cool. All right, so this show is going a bit long, but we had fun tonight. One last chance. I'm going to throw it over to you boys. I see Aura to give one last shout out to folks to where to follow you, what's coming up next, what they need, why they want to keep their eyes on you in the future here. So I'll throw it over to you to give you the floor for that, and then after that, I was hoping you'd stick around for one more segment where we're going to review a song from another band.
Yes, absolutely. So we do have a song coming out pretty soon. We don't have an exact date just yet. Like we're hoping like end of May, maybe June.
Okay.
And this song has a lot to do with what's going on in the world right now. I'm gonna leave it at that. And so it's for you to take your perspective on. We've been working hard and we've been playing the song and working hard on the song for over a year. So we put a ton of energy into this. So that's our next step. And, we've had a couple of guys reaching out to us from the States, like wanting us to tour there and all that great stuff. Like, obviously not with COVID. But so our future is looking, we're really trying hard. We're hoping it looks bright if things clear up. But that being said, yeah, we want to shout out to Cody Weldon for obviously engineering our music. And Richie Nix, Red Dragon Studios, mom and dad.
Shit.
Always mom and dad. Always mom and dad. Anyway, and yeah, like we've been really grateful for all the response we've been getting. So, yeah.
Awesome. And I know it's a long trip, but would you ever be coerced to come out west?
Absolutely. Oh, not a fucking question.
Been out west many times. Honest, I used to live in Vancouver. To be honest.
Sweet.
No, I used to live in Vancouver. I used to work at this little edible factory thing.
Oh. You used to, so that must have been a while ago.
No, but yeah, it was a few years ago before they changed everything.
Yeah.
Now
Nice.
it's actually far better than before. But anyways, I love the West Coast of Canada, to be straightforward, and Calgary in specific. I visited a few times, and it's great. And I can only hope that we all get to go out there and probably play you guys a show.
Absolutely.
There's 2 killer festivals out here in the West that I know about. That I know the people who organize it. There's one called Armstrong Metal Fest. That's in Armstrong, BC, and the other one right here in Alberta called Loud as Hell in Drumheller, Alberta. So those are 2 awesome festivals. If you ever wanted to play those and you don't have contacts for those yet, let me know. I'll put you guys in touch because I think you make an awesome addition to either one of those festivals if you would be willing to make the trip.
Absolutely.
I'll throw my ass up there any day.
Yeah, awesome.
There's also like 2 more fests too that I can think of.
Go for it, Montana.
There's Moments Fest as well on Siksika Nation, as well as there's Alternative Waves, which I believe is in Medicine Hat. So
yeah, that's a good one too.
hopefully those keep coming up.
Yeah.
In the future.
Now, quick question.
Okay.
How far is Medicine Hat from Calgary?
About a 3-hour drive.
3-hour drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not
Okay, how
that
about we do
bad.
some reviews?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. It's time for some reviews. Hey. All right, yeah, it's time for some reviews here on the Wicked Wally webcast. Tonight on our review segment, we only have one additional band we're going to check out. We're going to check out Calgary's own modern prog metal band, Metavore. They've released a new music video for their song Next Level, with the animation and video being done by David Kativu. The band is currently recording their new album as a follow-up to their early 2020 debut album, Becoming. So they're having a follow-up album coming out soon. So expect new music from them in the near future. Did one of you... Hold on. I see Aura. I mentioned David Kativu. Do you know who that is?
I don't think so.
I thought someone corrected me. Okay. Okay, awesome. So we're going to check out their song Next Level. It's an animated video, so the animation's pretty cool. We can comment on that as well. But from Icy Aura, my experts for tonight as musicians, because Montana does like to sing, and she knows a little bit more about music than I do. I'm more of a fan.
I play bass, but horribly.
I want to hear your expert opinions on this music from here in Calgary. Cool band from here in Calgary. So I want to hear what you think. All right, so Metavore, the song again is Next Level. Let's do this.
What's up?
Okay. Thoughts so far?
Oh, I felt a breakdown coming.
Okay. We're going back. Nope. Okay, now I'm going to try again. Thoughts so far?
I have to say, I'm really impressed with obviously the graphic design and the whole vibe of the vocals that resonate with the bird. And I can tell that there's a lot of progressive elements in there. Obviously, like Tesseract, Monuments, I can hear in there. I'm really blown away by that bass playing and the vocals, I have to admit.
There we go.
Love it.
Love it.
Excellent. And then Mike, what do you think?
Absolutely, that was really cool to listen to, and knowing that's something in Canada, like you don't really hear that type of thing coming out of Canada. Like,
it seems
there's
like
not a lot of bands really creating that type of sound right now, and it's a sound that is like really connects with me, and I really love that slappy bass, that Tesseract-y sound.
Right.
It's just awesome, man.
And mentioning your love of hip hop, Nick, the vocalist for this band, he also does a project called True Knot. That's actually how he started. He's a hip hop artist. And who likes to who has nice clean vocals. You're correct. He's a hip hop artist, and this is like a theme on this show, isn't it, Montana? We had another band who was a hip hop. The vocalist is a hip hop artist, but he's a hip hop artist, and he actually taught over the course of 2 years, taught himself harsh vocals because he wanted to kind of incorporate them in some of his music, and then got brought onto this band. So it's very cool. True Knot. He actually has a bunch of albums he's released as well. Some very experimental, cool hip hop.
True Knot.
Yeah, so it's TROO, I think KNOT.
Fuck yeah, True Knot.
Nice.
True Knot. Yeah,
I like that.
the guy. His name's actually Braden Lister. I forget.
He's Calgary.
He's from Calgary. He's a Calgary. Yep.
Love it.
Yeah. And actually, I want to have him on the show sometime because he also won the same vocalist. He won a vocal competition. Have you heard of the band 12-Foot Ninja?
Yeah.
Oh my God! No way! Seriously?
Yeah, so Braden won. Actually, you know what? I am 100% confident that Braden would not. Oh, maybe they would care. I know Braden wouldn't care if we played it, but we might actually get a copyright strike. Although if he's on the show, I would want to play it because he actually won. You should check Braden. Yeah, he won. There was a contest that they had for someone to write new lyrics for "Coming for You." You know the song "Coming for You."
Yeah.
And he won the contest. So if you go to 12-Foot Ninja's YouTube channel, there's a video that he shot. He shot with a buddy with friends of his. He shot this video. He cut it together as well, and it's of him. I wonder if I can play it. Hold on. 12-Foot Ninja. I might. This part of the interview might get demonetized or cut. Well, I'm actually all my shows are all mine are demonetized. But I'm worried about it getting axed. Let's see. Where is he?
I love how goofy and technical at the same time 12-Foot Ninja is. Like, ain't that a bitch? Fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
Nerds with intention.
Yeah, nerds like what?
Yeah, it's intentional.
100%.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, God, it's so good.
Let me show you.
What makes them who they are?
Exactly.
Like they just,
so here, I got to mute this commercial. I want to show a bit of this. So absolutely. So we're all thumbs up for Metavore. I mean, I knew I liked it even before I played it, to be honest with you. But excellent Calgary-based band. Braden brings a lot of his own quirkiness to the band as well. But the guitarist, I can't remember his name right now. He's the kind of the genius behind the group. This one guitarist. He's this very quiet dude. Kind of reminds me of Mike a little bit, but with shorter hair. And he just and he just writes a shit ton of music all the time. Like the band can't keep up with how much writing he does. So he's constantly writing music. Yeah, he's constantly writing new music. So let's see if I can. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna try to play some of this. Maybe I'll pause it in parts. I'll try my best because I don't want to get this get cut out of tonight's show. But this is pretty freaking cool. So as I said, it says here, True Knot. See, they actually have this. True Knot, Counting Sheep, 12-Foot Ninja competition winner. So this is on their YouTube channel, 12-Foot Ninja. True Knot is the Canadian madman who won the competition we ran with Metal Sucks and True Track to write and sing a mutant remake of Coming For You with Stevic created to demonstrate. I don't know. I'm not gonna read the rest of that. But anyway, you get the point. Let's play a little bit of this. Like I said, he shot this video too. This is cool.
Know the feeling, just take a moment to hold them down. Souls are peeling, volcano manifesting.
Tu amor lo es todo para mi corazón y mi cuerpo sudoroso. Ha pasado tanto tiempo desde que tuve un orgasmo. Tengo un regalo para ti. Started the fire, now I'm smelling the smoke, telling a joke. She gobbling on my lemons and chokes. She said, God gave you lemons, so let's make lemonade. Just let me stir in my sugar, I'll take your worries away. Ice cubes on a summer day, I like you, wanna run away. And so we running and we chase a feeling. Ice cubes on a summer day, you're coming for me, I'm coming for you, yep, we're coming.
Intoxicated, sensation taking over my world. Thoughts are fading, our bodies merging into a swirl of colors and lust. Till lose emotion, just surrender till the moment we burst.
Close your eyes, let me move between.
Dude, that's sick.
All right, you have to check out more of that.
Man, this guy knew how to rap beforehand, and then learned harsh vocals.
Correct.
For this.
Correct.
For
this is the 12-foot. Well, he learned it for the other. He learned it for the other band, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's got harsh vocals down to a T, past the level that 80% of harsh vocalists have their harsh vocals down to. That's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Cool. Awesome.
Cool.
Not just cool, it's fucking amazing.
I love that you brought that up, Wally. That's so cool.
That's amazing. That dude has his shit down pat.
He's obviously...
He's from Calgary,
he's going
right?
where
Correct. Yeah, Calgary.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give that motherfucker a high five and a hug.
And he's the type who would take your hug. Braden would totally give you a hug. He's that kind of guy. He's a great dude. So, all right. Awesome. So that's all we have for tonight's show. We've been losing folks over the past, like I'd say, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because it's getting late. So we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for, again, IC Aura, Mike, Nick, and Josh. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight's show, allowing me to embarrass you a bit, explaining, going deep and into the nether realm in terms of like thought experiments and talking about your music, bodybuilding, all your hobbies, all that stuff. I really appreciate it, and I had a lot of great time with all of you guys tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, Montana.
Yes, thank you so much.
Like, it was awesome talking to you, meeting with you.
Absolutely.
Montana.
I would love to continue this conversation afterwards. So find me on Instagram or wherever. It's Gray Canvas.
Gray Canvas. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll add you right now. That way we got you, and then
Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to continue this conversation. I love talking theosophy.
All right. Good talking, guys.
Cool. All right, and now I'm going to talk about some upcoming shows. What's coming up next for on the Wicked Wally webcast in the coming weeks? Coming up on the Wicked Wally webcast. Let's get some tunage going for this. Yeah. All right, so coming up on the Wicked Wally webcast next week, Wednesday, March 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Same Wicked time. Same Wicked channels. We have episode number 22, No Hope for the Lost. Speaking of Medicine Hat, which we did earlier tonight, Medicine Hat, Alberta's genre-bending modern metal duo No Hope for the Lost will be on the show. And Vito will be back guest hosting for that episode. It'll be nice to have Vito back with his mustache. It always adds a lot of flavor, that nice dark Italian mustache. Anyway, coming up the following week on the webcast, following Wednesday, same time, same channel, episode number 23, Let's Get High with Phantom High. We interview frontwoman Peril of Toronto's industrial new metal act, Phantom High, with Montana is back again. That's going to be a great show. Ow, ow. They have a crazy aesthetic, and I'm pretty sure Peril will be wearing her mask throughout the whole interview. This is creepy doll mask. It's going to be a very interesting interview, and I'm looking forward to it. The following Wednesday, April the 7th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Again, live. We're always live. And we had some amazing comments in the chat tonight, so thanks for everyone who's tuned in tonight as well, by the way. Get Ruined with Toxic Ruin. This is great. This is actually a band we reviewed on the show, and they got such overwhelmingly positive reviews on a previous episode, I had to reach out to them. They're from Wisconsin. They are the leaders in modern thrash metal. They are fresh off their signing with the label M Theory Audio, and Vito will be on again for that show, which is great. And then Wednesday, April the 14th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, episode number 25, New Level Brewing Company. A whole new level is the title of the episode. We interviewed Drew Ross, and I think another one of his brewmasters will maybe joining us as well. Drew Ross of Calgary's own heavy metal themed brewery, New Level Brewing Co. And Jason, I reached out to my co-hosts, and Jason definitely is the most knowledgeable on beer. So Jason will be my co-host for that episode. So we're going to talk beer. And the heavy metal themed brewery, which is pretty cool. They actually came up with the idea for the brewery. Him and his brother, who opened it, at a death metal show. It was after a death metal show, something like that. So it's got a pretty cool backstory. Looking forward to having them on the show. And they're a huge supporter of the Western Canadian and local metal scene. So great guests to have on the show. Back to Montana. Let's see if I can figure out which is the right camera to put. There we go. Hey, hi, Montana.
Hey.
So thanks again for jumping on. What did you think tonight? What are your thoughts? Final thoughts?
Amazing. I had so much fun. I always do. And those guys, man, they're so well-rounded, and they have a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. It's awesome.
And they're calling us back.
And they're calling us
they really
back
wanted to talk to
because
us.
They love us that much.
You know what? You know what? Let's end the show there. Let's end the whole show here. Maybe we can actually give him a shout back here in a bit and talk to him a little bit more. So
absolutely.
A little after the show. There we go. A little after the show conversation. Anyway, thanks again, folks, for tuning in. Make sure to tune in. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, do all the things. Honestly, number one, YouTube and Instagram are the ones I'm really trying to grow, so please help us out there. Again, we have merchandise. If you want to win some merch, go to Instagram, find the picture with the t-shirts in it, do what it says in the description, and you can win some free stuff for Wicked Wally merch, so that would be really cool. Anyway, tune in next week, same Wicked time, same Wicked channel. This is Wally and Montana signing out.